Today was a crazy day for the bulls. On one side, we had the monthly Bank Nifty expiry. Then around midday, the Adani pack caught fire. Then somewhere around the middle of the day, the heavy machinery pack, especially Siemens, that went like a rocket. Suddenly people realized that Vodafone, there is good news, that went up like a rocket. There was good positive news flow from many directions. And today was a bad day for FOMO because there were so many opportunities to buy these stocks in the past week, even 2 weeks. Most retail just stood out. In fact, today, if you wanted to buy, the stocks would have already been up 7 8% by the time you decided to buy. After that, it becomes very difficult to decide whether to buy or not. And if you didn't buy today, for example, Vodafone or Adani Pack, you'll perhaps see it up another 10% tomorrow. And then the decision will become even more difficult. That is classic FOMO. Most people will buy when the stock is up 15-20% from the bottom. Now, chart wise, till middle of the day, it looks like nothing is happening today, be it Nifty or Bank Nifty, going nowhere at all. Suddenly came this spike. This was actually HDFC on the Bank Nifty side, and it is a prominent stock in Nifty as well. Nifty just enjoyed the ride along with Bank Nifty. Today, there is one thing which is very comical today. Adani Energy, Adani Green, they hit a fresh low, and yet they had an upper circuit. You will see this phenomena probably only once in 1 year or 2 years. In fact, in Nugget section today, I'll talk about Adani Group using the dashboard, how much stocks have fallen, how much they recovered today. I will talk about my trades, what I did today with Adani back, and the time frame I have in mind. Now, I talked about the crazy movement in Nifty that happened today also. Shriram Finance, which was at the top yesterday, that came in the red, and Britannia, which was the number 2 green stock yesterday, that was down too. On the other hand, Trend, which was down yesterday, that went up. Adani Enterprise, Adani Ports, of course, they were in the red and they came at number 1 and number 2 positions. So crazy movements from red to green at 1 day level, they continue. Adani Enterprises, HDFC Bank, Adani Ports, NTPC and BL at the top. BL was in the top 5 yesterday also. What was down? Wipro, Titan, Reliance, SBI and TCS. Yesterday, the next 50 had Adani companies at the bottom. Today, the top was totally reserved for the Adani pack. Adani Energy, Adani Green, Adani Power, Adani Total Gas, Ambuja. The heavy machinery pack, Siemens, ABB, they were at the top. We saw BL at the top in Nifty. HAL was in the top in the green in next 50. This is again something that you will not see often. 4 red companies in the top 5 today. This tallest bar is the power pack, up like a rocket today. 3 of the large sectors were in the green. This graph also is looking a lot more balanced suddenly. There are some sectors which are making money for the investors. The best gains are suddenly from heavy machinery. Siemens, ABB have been doing well. Look at who is that number 2 suddenly. Aerospace and defense. 4 straight good days, that too good percentages. Next 50 hit a new high. Nifty IT made a new high very early in the day. But then IT companies corrected. They attempted a comeback, but then again there was a fall. If we draw a line here, only HDFC Bank was looking good. Bank Nifty monthly expiry. The comical part is Bank Nifty was green. But look at the reds. Only HDFC was up, but the market cap is huge. And in private banks, one more bank that hit a new high as usual. That's Federal Bank. The investing pack, there was nothing happening at the top. In fact, Nippon AMC was down a bit. But the players below them, they were looking good. And a lot of companies are suddenly looking very close to their 52-week highs. The farthest, as usual, are Motilal Oswal and Angel One. PFC is looking poised for a rise yet again. Hopefully, it will cross 500 and then move to new territories. REC also has a similar graph, but both of them are very dangerous stocks to trade in. Usually move in the direction opposite of what you would expect. I've added some more companies to the IT pack. It is a sea of green. New highs were made today. Wipro, Swiggy, Persistent and Coforge. hardly any distance to 52-week high for most stocks. And there is, of course, a cost for that optimism. The sector's P is 62. Since Vodafone was on fire and Indus Tower was looking optimistic, today I felt that it was time to create the Telecom dashboard. Vodafone up 11% for the day, and it is just at 8.3 right now. See the fall? Only this much of the fall has been recovered. Indus Tower has not fallen that much, but still there is good money on the table, maybe very soon, if this stock also goes up just like Vodafone. Auto, nearly everything was green today, but the bar for Ola Electric was very big. Reminds of the IPO day. 20% up on the launch of two new models. And can you believe it? A stock has hit 20% circuit, but it is still in the red. Defense continues to be very strong. Good handsome gains across the sector. Mazgaon Dock 6%, Cochin Shipyard 5%. That's upper circuit yet again, very early in the day. And GRSE 8%. Shipping companies are continuing to rock right now. See the rockets in volumes. Power sector also, the gains of the Adani energy pack was so high that the optimism in other stocks is not even visible. NTPC up 2%, Tata Power up 2%. The sector was up 3.6%. And Coal India probably is making the last call for people looking for good dividend yield, about to go below 10% now. Today I have separated renewable energy pack from the power companies for the simple reason that these were looking really bad and red yesterday. This mini sector was up 4% today. There is a new sector today, sugar. Sugar companies have been going up like anything, mostly because of the ethanol story, not the sugar story. Sugar cultivation is going good right now with so much rain. Sugar should be good across the country. The byproduct of sugar is used for ethanol. Now, ethanol may not make too much commercial sense at the current levels of the crude prices. However, the government may be interested in enforcing ethanol blending because that reduces the dollar outgo. Adani Pack was hiding everything else today. Adani Wilmer was up 8%. Non-edible looked much better, mainly because there is no Adani company here. A good set of greens in the middle. Titan, Asian, both were still down. Page Industries down. Gillette corrected yet again today. The outcome today was good. Nifty up 0.3%, Bank Nifty up 0.2%. Nifty IT of course corrected. See here, TCS down, Infosys slightly up, but reasonable cut in HCL as well. Nifty Energy up 1.5%. Yesterday only I was saying Nifty Energy will be up only when the Adani pack is up. Next 50, that was up 1%. It hit a new high of course. And Auto was up 0.5%. This is because Ola was up 20%. The other stocks did not do much today. Now Siemens announced their results. This is as per their calendar Q4. Profit up 45.4%. That is why Siemens and the heavy machinery pack has been running so hard of late. Now there is trouble for Yes Bank. Actually, not much for Yes Bank, more for SBI, because Japanese lenders are backing off from the deal. They were due to buy the Yes Bank stake from SBI. There are rules that say that even if you buy majority stake in the bank, say 50%, your voting rights will be 25% only. These lenders are not okay with that. Kotak Mahindra also has faced this issue in the past. They of course accepted the lower voting rights, but the Japanese lenders are not willing to budge. They are probably walking away. This may not be good for SBI, where the gains from Yes Bank sale were probably factored in. Ola was up 20%. However, on the same day, Honda has launched e-Activa. These will go on sale from January and will be available for delivery in February. Ola has been sulking with the quality of their vehicles and the quality of their service. We would probably not expect that from Honda motorcycles. So if the pricing is good compared to Ola, then Ola may have big problems. There was a paltry buy number of 8 crores from FIIs, and after a long time, both of them are green. Gold nearly at 76,000, silver 88,000. Bitcoin has been really volatile. This should be the golden quarter for Apple new model launch as well as holiday season. If the sales are good, we might see Apple at least temporarily at 4 trillion soon. My trades for the day, I bought Adani Pack, Adani Power, Adani Enterprises, and Adani Ports. I wanted to buy Adani Green Energy also, but I didn't get a chance because they were at a upper circuit. By the time I realized that I wanted to take a trade there, I also bought a little idea, one unit. I needed money, so I sold Fusion, which I had bought few days back, slight profit. So this was an investment day as well as a profitable day. And I'll talk more about the Adani pack in the Nugget section next. I'll take you to the dashboard, but let me tell you about the rationale here. Mr. Mukul Rohatgi, who has been the advocate for Advani Group, he has given his views on the verdict from US that the negative news flow is rubbish. And one more thing is, most of the US right now is in Thanksgiving mood. Probably any response from the US side that has to be vetted by government also, because this time the charges are from the government. I don't think anything will come before Monday evening of US or maybe Tuesday morning of US right now. This will probably be the max time after which I will book profits or losses, whatever they are, and come out. I might get out even tomorrow if the gains are good. If I draw a line here, then the companies above this line are Adani Pack. The below companies are the financiers. Now let me take you through the graphs of some of the companies. Let's start with Adani Enterprises. Literally an inverted V. The most damage, of course, has been done in this period. Adani Enterprise in general was a bit shaky only before that. So I would not expect the company to reclaim new highs, but this much fall, at least a part of it till here, which is around 2750 levels, that is something that they could reclaim soon. Maybe in a week's time if the stock remains optimistic. Adani Ports is among the only few Adani companies which is in profit, and as a result it has not fallen much. So probably a 150 200 point is max that could be hoped for in Adani Ports. I these days stay away totally from cement. One is the style of construction is changing, cement is not used much, steel is used more. And second is the war going on between the Adani Group and the Birla Group. Adani Energy hit an upper circuit somewhere around 1250. There was demand here, no supply. So there should be optimism to start the day tomorrow. Probably 1400 kind of levels should be not very hard if the stock remains up. Right now it is at 988. The circuit for Adani Green is 10% and that will not be revised. Revision is possible for Adani Enterprises and Adani Ports if they hit an upper circuit. One thing which I have seen in the past is when some of the companies hit an upper circuit, then suddenly people move to the other stocks in the same group. Adani Green, Adani Power, Adani Energy. Adani Energy is the transmission arm. Adani Green is the green energy arms explicitly. Adani Total is the collaboration with Total for gas projects. Adani Power is thermal power. Adani Wilmar is the collaboration of Adani with Wilmar International. That's a edible oil company to a large extent. Adani Enterprises is the trading arm which trades say coal. Adani Ports is seaports as well as all the airports. NETV of course is media. ACC Ambuja cement pack. This is the graph of Adani Power. It has nearly retraced to the low for the year. Small gap only, and only this much recovery should go up at least till about 650 700 levels. Right now it is at 523. The assumption here is of course that the company and the group remain up. The circuit for Adani Power is 20%, Adani Energy is 10%. This is Adani Energy. Looks like it should go to 850 900 levels. Currently it is at 660. Despite today's gain, the RSI is in oversold zone. That is because no volumes were exchanged. Now, despite the negative comment from the total group that they will not invest more in Adani Group, this stock was on fire today, up 20%. Adani Wilmar also 8.5%, no upper circuits here. Overall, you will see higher gains in these four stocks tomorrow also if the group stays up. Adani Enterprises is very large. It is difficult to have 11-12% kind of gains or 20% gains for 2-3 successful days. Yes, you can have lower circuits or downsides of those because people are rushing out. Going up, people are scared to buy after so much of gain. That is, I showed you the graphs. See here, we might have gone up 11%, but so much more distance has to be covered if you were to go to just the recent highs made in November itself. So when you have to take a call whether to buy a company or not, don't just look at how much the stock has gone up today. Look at how much it has fallen to reach the levels it is at. Because saving 1 or 2% here today, saying that I'll buy tomorrow, you might miss the next 10% rally tomorrow. This is purely a trading mindset where you are in the momentum zone. Hope this style of decision making using graphs was useful as a learning. This is not investment advice. Thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow.